Hey YouTube, welcome. Since I last put out a video, I've changed my name to WinXFactor, and I want to show you some Windows 8.1 tips. And it's kind of like more of a beginner guide, and I'll bring out more videos on some more specialized tips to help make you a better Windows 8.1 user. So first of all, this is your start screen, and the other thing you can have is your desktop. So you're kind of going to switch between these two modes. A new part you have is this start button. This is new to Windows 8.1. It was requested from users to be brought back, but it essentially works the same way as it did in Windows 8. Instead of clicking on a button, you could even just click in the corner. That's how you got there before. You click it and it brings you between back and forth. Alternatively, you can hit this symbol here represents the Windows key, which you would see on your keyboard. If you press that, it also brings you back and forth. I'm pressing that right now. So another thing that you can have that they have on here is this little icon, and this switches you from this screen to a list of all the apps, and you click it again and it brings you back up. So you can think of this one as like your favorites of all your start programs. So click here, and now you can see everything that's been installed on your system. And a new feature as well is you can switch your apps and sort them by name, by date installed, by most used, and by category. So if we look at data installed, these are different ones. More recent, you got today, earlier this week, last month, 2013, older. Most used, these are some of the things I do a lot. As you can see, gaming is one of them. Category, so it's all put into categories, but I like by name. And we will move back up here, and let's go back over here, and here you'll see that there's a search screen, and you can do a search for things like, let's go to Google. So you've got Google Chrome and google.com, and you can search that way. Also, if you go up to the top right, bring up the charms by moving your mouse right to the top right and just dragging down here, you get the search bar, and you can search everywhere. You can search settings and you can search files. So if we leave it here, we can do control panel, and when you talk about control panel, then it's thinking, well, you might want to do PC settings, default programs, and some other different things as well. If you want to search just your files, you can do it this way. So let's look at, I don't know, stuff. There you go. Alright. So I just click back in the middle here. What else do I want to show you? Okay, so you can customize this start screen. It works a little bit better than in the Windows 8. If you've seen my Windows 8 video, you'll see that there's certain ways to customize on here, and they've made it a little bit easier in 8.1. So if you hover over an icon and you right click, you now have options to change tile sizes. So this desktop one here, we'll right click on that one again, and you can say resize. You've got a large, that's what large looks like, and wide, that's what it typically sits at. You've got medium and small. Alright, I'm going to actually resize this to large because I go there quite often, and usually anytime you run a program such as, say, Battlefield or anything that is a Windows, not a non-Windows 8 program, which could be anything that also runs on Windows 7, it's always going to show up on the desktop. It'll just automatically go over there. Alright, let's show you how to customize the group. So just click on an icon, right click, and then you can click on here and call this main programs. So just type in whatever you want, press enter, and you can use your mouse wheel or just move your mouse over, and you can scroll over as well. So let's name this one, we'll call it websites, and I can show you how to get websites on your desktop as well. So if you go to the top left hand corner, you see that this little pop-up. So if you just left click and left click, left click, it takes you to there. Let's bring up some more programs. So that's on the desktop. Let's bring up, this is a Windows 8. And let's bring up one more Windows 8 program, news. Alright, so we go to the top left. You'll see here there's a little program. If you click on that, it takes you to that one. If you click again, it takes you to that one. And it just cycles between these programs. Alright. Now you can see there's a little spot down here. If you go down there, it brings up this whole sidebar. If you have multiple programs, desktop is considered a program on its own. You can look at, and any other Windows 8 programs will also show up here. So you can just choose, I want to go to the desktop. Alright. So that's how you can get around to different programs. The alternative, which is what you can do in Windows 7, it also works in Windows 8 and 8.1, is you hold down the Alt key, ALT, with your left finger and press the tab, and it'll allow you to, every time, and you just keep holding that Alt key down, and every time you cycle, you will cycle through these as you press tab. And when you find the one that you want, you just let go and you're there. So that's just a quick little way to move around and find different things, different programs you want to be on. Now, background. This is my desktop background, and as you can see, I have this blue background. Well, to give you a little bit more better feel for customization, Microsoft allows you to use this background on your start screen. So the way you do that is you go back to your desktop, you right click on an empty spot, you go to properties, click on navigation, and click on this show my desktop background on the start, and it should really say screen. So click there, hit OK. Now when you go back to the start screen, there you go. You've got the same background over here. One of the other features that you can do is you can have split screen. So I've still got these Windows 8 programs running plus the desktop, and if I want a split screen, I just left click on the one I want and drag it out. Okay, so I've got that one going, and say I want to show sports, do the same thing. As you can see, in this area it just pops it out. If I go here, it will replace it as the top one, so I want to split screen it. The new feature, a lot more flexible, is you can actually drag this a little bit. Where before it was either here, it was either this third or this third. Now you've got a little bit more of a customized. And I'm running 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels, basically a 1080p, and I can have up to 3 programs displaying on here. So I'm going to bring my desktop in here as well. There we go. So now we've got 3. So I can use my desktop any way I want. I can bring up my libraries, and I can do different things on my library, or I don't know, pick on my printer stuff, and do whatever I want as I'm reading, sports and news, whatever you want. Alright. Let's see. So if you want to close these, just move up to the top. You'll get that little hand, and you just drag it to the bottom. Left click, hold, and drag it to the bottom. Alright. And same with here. And we'll open that up. And now we're back to the desktop. We'll close these little programs. Back to the start menu. And let's see, one more quick tip. If you've made it this far, I'm going to click on this website. It's a shortcut that got placed here, and it brings up Internet Explorer. So this is the new Windows Internet Explorer version 10, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is show you how to put that shortcut on there. So let's find a new one. Playclaw.com. This is a game recording software that I use, and you go over to this tools. So you bring up the website, you go over to the tools, and you click on this add site to apps. So you click on that, and it pops us up to say add. We'll close that now. We'll go to the main screen. You don't see it on the main screen here, but if you click on your apps, and it's best to go by date installed, and then you'll see today we added this. So you just right click and pin to start, and you can see it pops up. So if I go back to my desktop, you see I don't have anything. Let's see, what is that? No, we'll get rid of that. Web browser is not running, so we'll click on Playclaw, and it brings up it in the Windows, in Internet Explorer 11. Now, Internet Explorer 11 is the only way you're going to get these. If you have Google Chrome, you have to just do the old tried and true, bring it up, and then type it in, and if you have the bar up here, you can click it on there. I think if you can drag it down to here as well, and now that's pinned on here. Alright, so you can pin sites. You right click on here and you can pin sites as well. I can pin YouTube because I go there quite often. There's my YouTube channel, I'll pin that as well. Netflix. So, and then you can also add these just like you would in Windows 7 as well. So that's all I want to show you for now. So just some basic navigation, and if you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, and I will be bringing you more Windows 8.1 videos. I will show you how to use the settings, how to make some more changes there, as well as other great tips and tricks. Okay, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.